Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. I got a few entertainment news for you today, so let's get with it. The first topic I want to talk about is HBO Max is finally casting the next Constantine. This is coming from the Illuminati, also verified by other scoopers as well that this is definitely true, and the Illuminati has been having a good track record lately. This is their exclusive. Our sources have revealed that HBO Max is working with J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot Productions Company to make a new series centered around the DC hero Constantine. The logline describes the show as a darker reinvention of the character that will be different from any previous project based on the character. It will be less focused on religion and more focused on the horror elements from the Constantine comics, which, I could probably enjoy that. The production is currently searching for an actor for the lead role with the hopes of casting a BIPOC actor, and that means a Black Indigenous person of color actor in their late 20s, similar to a young Riz Ahmed. The show will also be written by Guy Bolton. As is the case with these casting calls, HBO Max and J.J. Abrams don't appear to be specifically targeting Riz Ahmed. However, using his look as a starting point should make for an exciting new version of one of DC's most notable DC anti-heroes. So that is the scoop from the Illuminati. Definitely a lot of discussion and conversation in regards to the casting choice. I think this is going to be the part where people are going to be talking a lot about in terms of the casting. If you thought that it was kind of controversial talking about having having Keanu Reeves as Constantine, this will probably bring up new conversations with other people out in public. So this is Riz Ahmed, and I think I probably butchered his first or her first last name, but this is the type of person they're looking for Constantine, and so that is clearly not what John Constantine is in the comics, right? He was British, but British, in UK, there's many different, there's Black, there's Muslims, and they're all from Britain. So it doesn't necessarily need to actually be a blonde haired person, right? So a white person, right? So I think that's fine as long as he can play the character and he is pretty much a badass, because that's what the one thing I love about, I was going to say John Wick, but Keanu Reeves, Constantine, he's clearly not blonde haired and doesn't look like Matt Ryan per se, but he was a badass, and that's the kind of Constantine that I like. So they're saying they're looking for this type of character. I mean, clearly, a lot of times when they say that, they're actually already looking for him. So it may be that this could be your John Constantine. So let me know down below on what you think about the next casting for John Constantine. All right. Now, there is another new update to Disney's Cruella DeVille, I think it's just called Cruella, starring Emma Stone. There is a new poster, and this is the poster right here. Yes, Emma Stone is playing the villain Cruella, and interesting. I would say I did not expect that she'd look very much like Madonna here. I mean, this almost looks like a rock album, just looking at it. I thought this was like a concert or something, but no, this is an actual movie that is coming out. Certainly different from the original Cruella in the cartoons. She is a villain too, so that's kind of like interesting there. According to Emma Stone, it's set in the 1970s, and it's punk rock. There's a great cast. It's pretty trippy. It's wild. It's bananas. And it's certainly something different. This comes before Glenn Close's story in the other live action 101 Dalmatians movie. This is her in her younger years, and this leads to her where she becomes true greatness. And I like greatness as in villainy greatness, or are we going to do a Maleficent thing here where she turns into a good guy? I don't know. I'm starting to think that they're reinventing these villains to be not villains, and they're actually having them go through a story that make you feel for them and realize that they're not evil, they're not bad guys, and pretty much changing the story altogether. That's what I'm expecting. I'm thinking as well from this reinvention of Cruella, right? So definitely, I guess if you're, check it out, if you're going to look forward to this or not, Cruella de Vil, a new origin and for these villain characters. All right. Now, this is something that's probably going to be talked about a lot, and it's been talked about at length. And this is regards to Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy. Yes, Rian Johnson, the director of The Last Jedi. Now, I didn't care too much for The Last Jedi's story, but I would say that he is a phenomenal director in terms of cinematography. Like, the shots are well done. Even the movie Knives Out, the shots and every the angles, it's all well done. The color, very well done. So I like to say, it's amazing to look at. It's a beautiful movie. Last Jedi is an absolutely joy to look at. But there are elements in there that just does not make sense in terms of connecting it to Force Awakens, and ultimately tries to connect to, the third movie, and it really just fell out. Now, I think that would probably be the responsibility of the producer or the person doing the whole overarching story, and that should have been cleared up, right before Rian Johnson even started directing, right? But what happened, and a lot of, the Star Wars fandom has been split pretty much, left and right. There's a lot of people that didn't like Last Jedi and just kind of abandoned Star Wars altogether, and there's a lot of people that came back after, and it's not exciting for a lot of people as well. So there's definitely a lot of really controversial stuff happening over in the Star Wars era. But I can honestly say, I think The Mandalorian kind of brought us all together in a way that kind of just made us have a little bit more faith in the series. And you think that they probably abandoned the Rian Johnson Star Wars trilogy, but apparently not. Rian Johnson Star Wars trilogy is still happening. Yeah. Yeah. Rian Johnson Star Wars trilogy is still happening. Interesting, right? Now, before I get into that, it's coming actually from Soraya Wilson. She just interviewed him. So you'll probably see this article pretty soon in which Rian Johnson himself had said this. Now, the cool thing is, okay, from what I've heard, before today, right? Remember when they were talking about he was going to have a new trilogy? It was going to be a separate thing. The Skywalker saga is over. We don't have to worry about that. This is a new story, probably another galaxy or something. I think that's appropriate for Rian Johnson to come in and to make it his own. I think that's great. I think that's terrific, because he can make a beautiful movie, and he would put the story together from ground up, right? He's not trying to fit someone else's story and then doing his own thing, and then not realizing there's a whole overarching plan here that they should have came together and talked about first. But no, he's going to do his own thing in a separate galaxy or something. And I think that's fine. I think he's a phenomenal director in terms of like cinematography, like I've been saying, and it's an absolute beautiful joy to watch these movies. But I think that probably will be cool. I think a lot of fans will be cool that he's doing it elsewhere. Although it still won't take away that negative, that negativity in terms of Ruin Johnson and all that. And certainly a lot of Star Wars who are much more, much more vocal about Rian Johnson and their dislike of Last Jedi certainly will still be there. I mean, it'll still be kind of just in the air, right? They can't really clear that up, especially with Rian Johnson's all over his name all over the new Star Wars trilogy, and it's a Star Wars trilogy, meaning it's the big one, right? It's not a limited series and not a spin-off. No, it's the main, pretty much the main story, the main trilogy. And they got him to come back and do it. I don't know. But this is where Soraya Wilson, she actually tweeted this out. And there'll probably be a lot more revealed about this as soon as her interview comes out. But she's going to say this. I'm just going to post this now because I can see that I'm going to get a lot of requests. Yes, Ryan's Star Wars trilogy is still on. No dates or timelines because he has other projects going on, but it is happening. That is all I know about it. So it is happening, not, soon. It'll be a few years probably because we still got all these other Star Wars projects that they're trying to do. They're trying to really, get Disney Plus going, and they need more series and movies on there in terms of Star Wars. So there's a lot to go through, and so that's not quite on the in the books yet, but it's still on, and I'm really eager to see when this interview comes out where she interviewed, Rian Johnson, and what he had to say about this, his exact quote about his Star Wars trilogy and what other information that we can get from this. So for now, according to Soraya Wilson, who just did an interview with Rian Johnson in terms of the Star Wars trilogy, he is in fact still doing the next Star Wars trilogy. So let me know, what do you think about that? All right, now something really exciting that's happening really soon, really soon, and this is something that I've been looking forward to. The official Mortal Kombat trailer is finally on the way. Yes, Mortal Kombat. Okay. But yes, it's finally happening. I can't wait. I want to see this trailer so bad. We only got pictures. We got a few clips and teases, but like the Godzilla vs. Kong, like Zack Snyder's Justice League, this is another trailer that I'm looking forward to for a movie that I'm absolutely floored to see this year. I'm a huge Mortal Kombat fan. I want to see the next Mortal Kombat movie, especially ones that they're touting are going to have finishing moves. It's going to be rated R. It's going to be gory. It's going to be bloody, just like the video games. So these are just two little teases they put out here on the Mortal Kombat official Twitter account. Joe Taslim is Sub-Zero. Why did I say that? Sub-Zero, sorry. Mortal Kombat movie trailer is Thursday. It's coming out. Trailer is coming out Thursday. Of course, the movie comes out April 16 in theaters and on HBO Max. But what time? Well, they shot out another tweet. Josh Lawson is Kano. The trailer will be out on Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so I'll definitely be awake to do the reaction for this trailer. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see how this looks like, the story and everything. And yeah, I'm floored. I cannot wait for this to happen. Mortal Kombat. Yes! I want to see what the story is. I want to know if there's going to be a green band trailer and then a red band trailer, or is this one coming out already the red band trailer? I'm starting to think, I think for Mortal Kombat fans, we'd want to see a red band trailer. We want to see some of that stuff you've been touting, that you've got gore, you've got blood, you've got rated R stuff. Let's see it. Let's see it. That's probably going to be the thing that really sells your Mortal Kombat movie. I mean, and to be yeah, we're like the video games, man. We can do this. We're able to have this type of content, this kind of blood and stuff in our movie. So let's show it, right? And I think hopefully this trailer would show it, unless it's not a red band trailer, which I think it should be. Absolutely, it's rated R after all. So looking forward to that this Thursday, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Check out my trailer reaction for that later on. All right, now the final thing is Zack Snyder's Justice League. I want to give a shout out to Sochi Uchiha, or actually Isabello Suleiman. Thank you for pointing out to me. The score is out. The official score from Tom Hokenberg. This is coming out from the Water Tower Music, and that's the official YouTube channel. where they show all these musics from the official music from the movies. The first one is finally out. The Crew at War Power. It's called, music by Tom Hulkenberg and JunkieXL. He even tweeted it out as well, kind of with just the eyes. But yeah, it's fantastic. So I'm not going to play with right now because I don't want to get demonetized. But check it out. The link is in the description below. You can even search it up, JunkieXL Justice League. Make sure you listen to the Water Tower music. There's a lot of other sites that are trying to put this on there illegally, but make sure you go to the official one, just because. And just listen to it. I mean, it's also available on Spotify. It's amazing. First, you do hear at the end, you do hear the Justice League music that JunkieXL revealed before. That really, to me, felt like adventurous, very almost like National Treasure in a way. But the music before that, with the drums and it was like, oh my god, this is awesome. This track alone is better than the entire soundtrack for the 2017 Justice League. I'm not kidding. Once you hear this, you're like, oh my god, why didn't we get this? This is amazing. It's epic. And you do hear almost a little bit of that Mad Max Fury Road in there, like that type of energy, that hardcoreness of it, and I love it. It makes it much more fitting for Zack Snyder's Justice League, and makes it much more heartier. It's like a mature type of Justice League, if you will, and it really gets your blood pumping, your heart pumping, and it makes you want to go, so it's really awesome. Definitely check it out, listen to it over and over. I've listened to it many times already today because of the other ones, but absolutely, I'm like, this is, if I want to hear what else is there, I want to hear the entire soundtrack, because if this is any indication of how incredible this soundtrack is, I'm going to love the entire score. I'm going to love everything about it. It's that amazing. So please go and check it out. Link is in the description below. It's music, literally music to my ears. It's that freaking awesome. All right, that is it pretty much for the news today. Let's get into the Ping Pong Flix members' comments and questions right now. Let's go down from the bottom here. Manu Del Pec, BVS is shot anamorphically outside the IMAX scene, so 2.4 constant aspect ratio for most of the film. Nothing to expand on there. I'll take your word for it. Bolvindo Me, hi Chris, there's a green screen in the trailer behind Diana during Age of Heroes Will Never Come Again. Yes, I saw that as well. I'm not sure if that was a mistake or if that was, because I think I'm trying to remember if the trailer from before actually showed that before, because that was a clip that you do see in the original Comic-Con trailer. So I don't know. I haven't gotten a chance to take a look at that, but it's not a big deal to me, really. Kal-El of Krypton, Zack doing a King Arthur interpretation sounds perfect. I love to see what he does. Like you, Chris, I can already envisage the cinematography, also the parallels with Zack Snyder's Justice League, where the Snyders took the fans on an Arthurian quest on the hunt for Excalibur and the Chalice, or is that Grail? Yeah, like it's very fitting that I'm surprised Zack Snyder hasn't done a King Arthur movie yet, so it's about time. I think it's clearly perfect for him. Shane S. Almond, I cried watching the trailer for the first time. I've now seen it 40 times. That's awesome, man. It really is an emotional, it hits you right here. The first one, Hallelujah, hits you because of what we've been through, what the Snyder's been through and everything, and it just means so much to us. This trailer, the new one came out, it hits us in terms of the narrative, because like for me especially, hearing Jonathan Kent's voice again, it gives you full back circle. His son is resurrected again and he's going to save the world, but we kind of know he may not save the world, but it still is arc, right? It's still part of that thing. So having him included in there, it just really expands the arc. It really captures the arc. I would say that's probably the best words I should use. It captures the arc really well. Clearly shows this is connected to Batman v Superman and Man of Steel. Jonathan Mueller, I'm satisfied with Deathstroke in the Batflick series. Yeah. However, we can have more Deathstroke. That would be pretty awesome. Michael Serlio Mathalier. Hey, Chris, part 2 to my Dark Side scene theory. Reasons it's Superman hovering. When you play the trailer, Batman quote is, "There's an attack coming," at which point Darkseid and his crew, Granting Goodness and Desaad, are shown behind him. But the next frame, as I stated, the black dot has to be Superman hovering. Zack said that they, the League, only see Darkseid before they close the boom tube. This could be the ending of the movie we are seeing. I replayed the trailer several times, and that's my conclusion. Let me know what you guys think. Yeah, I replayed it many times, and I believe so, because that shot where it's behind them, there is no boom tube there. So that means this is not the shot where they see them through the boom tube. This is either a vision or possibly the ending of the movie. Shane S. Allman, I let out all my anger and pent up emotions on Twitter last night. I have a feeling this is how we all feel about everything. I would love it if you read this on your show. Comic Scribe SSA. Thanks, Chris. And I will always keep your hot dog light on. Well, thank you. I'll pull that out. I'll pull that out for the next show, Shane Alman. So let me take note of that, and I'll check it out. Manu Del Peck, I had tweeted the stuff Deb said about Army of the Dead to you, so the Army of the Dead first look referred to that indeed and not the prequel. So the first look referred to that indeed and not the prequel. Thanks. By the way, the Culture Nerd teased Green Lantern for Zack Snyder's Justice League. The tweet heard something interesting today, despite being told no by Emmerich and Hamada. He may have said, "I don't care, I'm doing it anyway." He then included a GIF of the title card for Zack Snyder's Justice League with a Green Lantern flying over. Oh, cool. Well, let's see what happens. Maybe Zack Snyder hid a Green Lantern in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Always and never, is there any justice that at the very least Joss is done in this business? Joss is done with this business. I think he was already taken out of the Nevers, and he has nothing lined up. I think he's pretty much done with the business. Now we just gotta do something about the other, execs. It's funny how people are clutching their pearls over Zack in a faithful rendition of King Arthur. I tell them to look at the BBC series Merlin, a very unique take on the legend, especially Merlin, him and Arthur starting off as a young man. Is that the one? I don't remember that. I remember there was a Merlin limited series, and I'm trying to remember if that was a BBC, but it's I forgot who plays Merlin, but it was like a limited series on TV, and I thought that was a really well done small limited series. It was and I'm escaping me his real name, Sam something. You'll probably tell me in the comments and yelling at me right now. The guy from Jurassic Park, yeah. Grant, Dr. Grant. What's his name? His real name. He played Merlin. Well, I'll say this. The Cara Dune action figures that already exist will be worth a heck of a lot of money now. There's certainly going to be a lot of demand for them. Plus, I've heard they tell that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are pissed that Gina Carano has been kicked out. They fought before to keep her on, so I'd say they'll do it again. In the meantime, perhaps Warner Brothers and Warner Media could repeated what they did for James Gunn and bring Gina in for a bit. Who knows? Perhaps Zack could bring her into the Snyderverse Big Barda. She's perfect for the role. I think what's cool about that, like you mentioned there, now that they're not making any toys for her, like it could be limited because it's limited now. It could be worth something. You're not wrong about that. Like there's not enough toys for her, and if the true Star Wars collectors are going out, they're like, oh, there's not enough, we better go grab them right now. So there's something to that. Cara Dune action figures. Chris, I've been hearing BVS Remastered coming to HBO Max 3/1. Any update on Man of Steel Remastered? And now Ray and Jason have shared the trailer. DC Rose, I can imagine, for Bautista. Bane, Killua, Lobo, Mongol, Orion, and if you remember years back, he played a Phantom Zone escapee on Smallville. That's right, he did. Zack Snyder's Justice League trailer, 24 hours later, 9.7 million views on Twitter, 10 million views YouTube. It's actually now over 16 million views on YouTube, 52K new subs. I think a lot of this is a lot more now because when you posted it was 11 hours ago, so it's definitely a lot more now, but definitely it's something that's it's rising. It's still rising there. I didn't know about the BVS remastered. I think that's quite a possibility, but and Man of Steel remastered, I think he said he was going to work on that next. By now, there's so much hate for Warner Brothers executives that they should be honorable and step down. Yeah, they should be dishonorably discharged. No, I'm kidding. Should we boycott the Flash movie? This film is Walter Hamada's idea, and it's meant to reset the entire filmverse. I don't like that. I would prefer the Snyderverse, and I prefer a continuation of that. I mean, if you don't want to watch the Flash movie, that's fine. Anybody could not watch the Flash movie. But like you said, it's, if you don't want to, just forget it. Just then stick on this side and support the Snyderverse as much as possible. So this is. Hardy Ant just lets you know I've responded to it, so make sure you watch the video. It's probably they're still probably gonna do stuff on that side, and we gotta make sure we support Snyderverse on this side. But I'll probably still watch it so I can give you a review about it if it's even happening yet. I mean, there were pictures that Barbara Muschietti says she was at a soundstage or something, but I don't believe it until I actually see it filming. Do you think he will IMAX restore Man of Steel? Yes, that would be tits. So I have a theory. I always wondered how Lex had summoned Steppenwolf in BVS because it doesn't seem, at least to me, that it was part of the ship lecture teaching Lex. But now I think it's the other way around. Knowing that Superman's death cry have awakened the mother boxes, it was Steppenwolf who came to Lex. However, he didn't expect for him. Steppenwolf came for the place where the Kryptonian had died. That's where he found the ship. By chance, knowing Lex's intentions towards Superman, Steppenwolf saw Lex as a potential ally, and maybe he had received the mission as well. Yeah, that's true, because we don't really know how long until the SWAT team showed up at the ship, and by then the sound carried off and probably awakened the mother boxes, which awakened Apocalypse, if you will, or a call went out to Apocalypse through the mother boxes. So I think you're right. I think Steppenwolf was summoned to the ship because unless I'm wrong, I don't know, but it makes sense that his cry actually brought Steppenwolf to figure out that Superman's dead, the Kryptonian's dead, it's time to take over now. Mario El Bendicion, I would love to see Black Canary on the Batman team in the Nightmare world. She loves her character and she seems to be a fan of Zack. Zack also mentioned the open pod. I still feel optimistic about Supergirl showing in Justice League 2. Me too. If so, I would like to throw in a wild card and cast Vanessa Hudgens as Supergirl. She has history with Zack. I'm so thrilled for this movie, Chris. I told my whole soccer team about it and made them come over to watch BVS before our game. I think because of the power of Zack, we won 10-3. Awesome. Congratulations. That's great. Told the whole soccer team and made them watch BVS. Spreading the good word. Man, shout out to you, Mario. That is awesome. I love to hear that. Vanessa Hudgens, I haven't. Oh, you know what? She's working on Army of the Dead with Zack right now. I think voicing an animated feature for Army of the Dead. So definitely they still have some type of connection there. I don't know if that means she could be Supergirl, but I'd love to see that. I think that would be pretty cool as well. And also just seeing Supergirl in general. I mean, that was one of the biggest things. I'm excited and wondering and, still theorizing that she could still show up or at least a hint of her, show up in Zack Snyder's Justice League, because it seems like he's been hinting about that open pod forever. So it's almost like he's telling us to kind of just pay attention to that. Don't, pay attention to that. Just listen and look at this scene for a second and know that there is another Kryptonian out there. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to go with. and really excited to see if that happens. I want to see what a Zack Snyder Supergirl would definitely look like. All right, well, that is it for today. Thank you so much for putting in your comments and questions. Like I said, thank you so much for watching. If you absolutely love this daily dose of entertainment news and content, please click the like button, hit the subscribe button, ring that notification bell, keep this hot dog light on, and I'll see you next time. Bye.